Hi, welcome to Advanced Balloon Modeling. My name's Jacob Bach, and we're about to learn some pretty impressive things throughout the course of this video. Grab yourself a bag of balloons and a pump, and let's begin. One of the things that I like most about balloon modeling is that it's entertaining. I want to hear the wow from people, and one of the questions that they usually ask is, wow, how do you do that? And one of the things that they ask most about is that little ball that you get on the inside of the balloon so it floats around on the inside. It's very versatile. I'm going to teach you how to do it. You need to stretch out the balloon, and as you remember in balloon modeling for beginners, to blow up the balloon, use your diaphragm, don't use your cheeks, or use a pump. Blow it up almost to the very end. And then tie it off. Now what you want to do is you want to form a little ball here on the end, twisting off a little ball on the end. And then with your index finger, push that ball inside the balloon as far as you can go. Now with your thumb and other index finger, grab a hold of the little ball that you've just created. And as you're pulling out your finger, gently at about halfway out, turn your finger up and break it with your fingernail, and that should break the inside of the balloon. If you do it right, that little ball will be suspended on the inside of the balloon. Then hold about here and retie the balloon. Now that's not that difficult. If you try it 3 or 4 times, you'll find out that it'll fall on the inside, and with this you have a lot of versatility. What can you do once you have the little ball on the inside? One of the things that people love is the Jonah and the whale, and that is twisting it on the end here to form a fish. And once you have the fish, that's Jonah on the inside, that's the whale. And a little extra added tidbit here is when the whale spits Jonah out up onto the shore, here's something that you can do by putting the little ball on the bottom part of the fish, pinch off here, seal off the air, and then break it with your finger. Put the little Jonah, little ball, right up against the place where you broke it, and it seals off the air. Then with one squeeze, you can spit that little ball right up onto the shore like that. What else can you do with those little balls? Well, you can make, for example, a pregnant dog, or a dog that ate a meatball, and you got the little ball on the inside. So when you're making your dog, as you already know how to make, when you get to the body part, leave the little ball on the inside. The kids go wild over this one. Then somebody showed me how to make a giraffe that eats lemons. Put the little ball up on the top of his neck and drop the little ball down, and he eats lemons. So that stays in his neck when you're making the giraffe. Now at the end of the video we're going to have the grand finale, which is a huge flower basket. To put in the flower basket you got to put some flowers, so we're going to make some pretty impressive flowers, about 3 of them. You need to use a green stem and tie the ends together. Blow it up almost all the way, just leave a little knob here on the end and tie the ends together. And this is called a 4-stemmed flower. Bend it in half and twist the top so you can have a little joint here on the end. Bring the 2 ends together and twist. Then bring these 2 pieces together like this and bend one more time, and with the right hand do a half a twist. That's the 4-stem flower. That's very simple. Now to attach a stem to this, this is the flower, this is the stem. Just wrap the knot inside the flower and it sticks. Now before we put any leaves on this flower, I thought of showing you something a little extra special. And this could be not just a flower but a palm tree. And climbing up the palm tree you can either do a teddy bear or a koala bear type or a monkey. Let's do a monkey. A monkey is made by making 3 sections and then 3 larger ones before you make the first twist. So grab a hold of your balloon. Remember, pinch, twist, and turn 3 times. Hold these 3 in your hand and go on to make the head of the monkey. 1, 2, and 3. When you've made those last 3, They're about 1.5 inches in length, each one of them. They're all the same. Twist them here at the base. Take these 3 little ones you made at the beginning, these little ping pong ball ones, and stick it through the head. Once you have it this far, take the knot and wrap it around the base. Now, the side that has the 2 balls is going to be the face of the monkey. And this is the back of the monkey. So take this little nose part right here. This is the mouth, this is the nose, and do an ear twist. An ear twist is just lifting up and doing a 1/2 twist. To give them a monkey face. Now, the legs are a little different on this one. Little different than the one that was taught in the first balloon modeling video. Just make a little circle here for a body, and then another little circle. And those are his legs. And these legs can be slid through the base of the palm tree, and with a magic marker you can put some eyes on them and a little nose and a mouth. And there you have a monkey crawling up a palm tree. Now, if you don't want it to be a palm tree and you want to put this flower in a basket or give it to your girlfriend or to your wife, then make a couple of petals on here by doing an S, down and over, that S shape. Grab it right in the middle with your fingers and do a 1/2 twist. A 4-petaled flower. Now next we're going to learn how to make a 6-petaled flower, which is a little bit more difficult. Now this flower, blow a colored balloon all the way up to the end, nearly to the end, tie the ends together, just like you did for the 4-petaled one, but divide it in 1/2 like you did the 4, but this time you're going to divide it into 3 sections with your index finger and thumb of both hands. Now do your best to get these even, because your flower will turn out a lot nicer. Once they're even, twist to make 3 separate sections. Fold them on top of each other like this. Thumb and index finger, squeezing at the joints. What you want to do is you want to connect all 6 joints to make a 6-petaled flower. Grab all 6, and then with your hand, 1/2 twist. There's the 6-petaled flower. The same thing as you did with the palm tree, but if you want to make it a little extra special, do an apple twist at the end of the balloon. That's putting your index finger, pushing the knot in, grabbing a hold of the knot, pulling your finger out, and twisting about 6 times. Makes it look a little bit more like the end of a flower. Separate 2 of the petals, any 2 that you'd like. And make your petals. Now, a variation of this particular 6-petal flower is the sunflower. Instead of making this red, make it yellow, keep the stem white, and then bring your stem down in between 2 of these. And it's shaped more like a sunflower. With these variations, you'll be able to fill up the flower basket we're going to be making in just a couple of minutes and give it away as a grand prize. Now get ready to wow your ladies with the teddy bear that sits inside of the heart holding a couple of tulips. A heart obviously will be red, blowing it up all the way to the end, tying the ends together, just like you do with the flowers. Now the heart takes a little bit of practice. Different ways to make it. The one that I found to be most effective is to divide it down the middle. You kind of have to hold this one with your body. And here are the tops of your heart, as you can see. Squeeze it like this. This helps form that curve around the top of the heart. Then with your left hand, pinch off here and squeeze. This takes a little practice and you'll get a balloon that looks like a heart. Once you have the heart made, set it off to the side, and you want to make a teddy bear or a koala bear. They look really beautiful in blue, so we're going to make a blue one. Now you want to blow it up till you have about a finger's length on the end here. First you'll make the nose, about a 2-inch bubble with 3 twists. Next, a small ping pong ball size bubble. Hold those in your hand, and you're going to make a 5-bubble series right now that constitutes the ears and the head and the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At those 5, twist them at the base. Now here's your 2-inch bubble. You'll stick that through the middle. And you're going to ear twist these two. Ear twist is to take these 2 joints and connect them at one point by pulling out and twisting. Same thing on the other side. Pulling out and twisting. To make the arms of the teddy bear, just make a loop and connect it at the neck. The teddy bear doesn't have a neck. Here's one arm. And there's the second. You shouldn't have a whole lot of balloon left. If you do, you probably won't be able to make the bottom legs. Form a little ball on the end and connect it right here at the midsection. Now we're just about done. Now we have to make 2 legs on the bottom by pinching off here, and the bottom legs will look exactly like the top legs. So pinch it off and twist with your right hand. Once you have your teddy bear made, then you need to find a couple of tulips and stick them in his arms. You already know how to make a tulip. Here we have a blue one. And if you don't remember, you just blow it up just a little bit like that. Tie it off. And do the apple twist by sticking your index finger, pushing the knot through, grabbing the knot on the very bottom, pull your finger out and twist 5 times, and you have a little tulip. Take your tulips, and put them in the teddy bear's arms. Now for the grand finale. You want to put your teddy bear inside the heart. So if you've done it correctly, you'll have a little tail here at the back end. You want to connect it here with the bottom of the heart with one little twist. Your teddy bear inside of a heart with a couple of tulips. Well, are you ready for the grand finale? 17 balloons blown up almost all the way to the end. This is really not that difficult, folks. This is called the flower basket. It's probably the most incredible, the most complicated balloon structure that I can make, but yet really it's not that difficult if you just know how to do it. That's why you're watching. Take any color balloon. You want a variety of colors here, and there's 9 different colors in a bag, so use every one. And you're going to use 16 to make the basket, 1 to make the handle of the basket. So start with any color, and you want to make 1-inch bubbles. Twist it 3 times, and what we have to make here without them coming undone are 8 bubbles that go around in circle. Follow closely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The very important thing to remember in making the flower basket is accuracy and a little patience. When you say a 1-inch bubble, make sure it's a 1-inch bubble. When it's a 2-inch bubble, make sure it's 2 inches and not 1.5. Otherwise, your basket's going to turn out lopsided. After you've made the 8 bubbles like this, take your knot and tie it around the last joint. And now you have all this excess. The only thing I do is bite a little hole in the end. And I tie it one more time so the air doesn't leak out at the bottom. Now you're going to have these dangly balloons all the way up the basket. So let's just leave them there till we get all done, and then we'll take a scissors and we'll cut them off. Once you have your base of the basket, what we're going to do, let me give you an idea what it's going to look like. This is the base of your basket, and it's going to go up like this. Take some of your balloons, and using the knotted end, connect your knot at these joints. You don't have to tie it on, just twist it around a few times. And let the balloons dangle down like this. Connect it at every single point. And do that with all 8. Now, when you have all 8 balloons connected at the joints here, your model will look something like this. This is actually upside down. This is the bottom of the basket, and all 8 balloons are dangling down from the bottom of the basket. Now comes the fun stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to start weaving 8 balloons, one at a time, around the circumference of this basket, going all the way to the top. This is where you need to be precise. If I use different colors on every 8, then I'll start and I'll reuse all the same colors again. For example, my first horizontal balloon going up will be yellow, and I'll start at the yellow. We're going to make a 1-inch bubble, and remember that all the way up the basket, on every single balloon, they're only going to be 1-inch bubbles. They're never going to change size. So keep these uniform. Take the end of your extra balloon here and wrap it around that joint. Now your first 4 rows are all going to be 1-inch bubbles, going up, and 1-inch bubbles to the side. So we'll make 1 inch here, and I'm going to connect it right here and twist it around. Now I'm going to turn the basket a little, make another 1-inch bubble, connect it to the purple one. Make another inch bubble and connect it to the blue one. Making sure here that all these bubbles are the same size. All these bubbles are the same size. Making another bubble, connecting it to the black one. Turning the basket as you go. Work with it on your lap. Another bubble to the green one. Now when I get all the way around to the yellow one, then I know that I've completed my first circle. 1 inch to the orange one. 1 inch to the yellow one. If they come undone like this, just reconnect them. And if you have the time, you can actually tie them to the base. Makes it just a little more secure. And now it looks like we're just about done. Because I'm back to the yellow balloon, make my last inch bubble, and connect it here. Now I have this extra here. Let's get rid of it. Let the air out, and make sure now you tie it off again because you just bit a hole in the end. Now, if you were able to get this far, you're going to be able to complete the basket without any problem. If you've gotten confused, then go back to that first base part and then follow it again, because this is basically the extent of the basket. Now all we have to do is take another colored balloon, and we're going to start right here. And we're going to go an inch up, and we're going to go all the way around. Then we're going to go another inch up and go all the way around. Another inch up, go all the way around. We're going to do 4 rows with the balloon only being an inch wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Were you able to do it as fast as I was? Well, listen. I jumped ahead a little bit and we got the 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all an inch wide. They're all an inch tall. We're going to turn the basket around. And now you can see the basket starting to take shape. Here's your base, and we're starting to work up. I hope yours looks like this, because this is going to be a beautiful basket when it's all done. What we have to do now is get the basket to have a cone type shape. We don't want the basket to only be this wide in circumference. We want it to kind of cone up like an ice cream cone. So the way we do that is now on the 5th row, take your balloon, go an inch up, and instead of going an inch wide, I want you to go about 1.5 inches. Make your balloon just a little bit wider. See how we have it a little bit wider? And I want you to make now all your balloons on this purple balloon, for example, that same distance, that same length, and go all the way around. Follow me now. Now, the white balloon just broke. And now I'm going to tell you how you can correct that. This every once in a while happens, and we're going to have to know what to do when it does happen. The reason the balloons might break when you're creating the basket is because as you're pushing air into the end, they get really tense. And so always find yourself squeezing them here to get them so they're not so tense. So just blow yourself up another blue balloon. Where it's broke right here and you don't have one coming up, just tie it off. Make sure that it's secure and snug there. Take a new balloon and just add it. And this one tie on. And now you can continue making your basket and you don't have to start all over. Now, where were we? We had 1.5 inch bubble connecting it to the main basket. 1 inch up. Follow closely. Make another one the same size. An inch up on the black one. Rotate basket. 1.5 inches. Notice how all these are the same size now. Rotate the basket. An inch up on the orange balloon. Connecting to the pink. Connecting to the yellow. Connecting to the blue. And we've made our first circle of 1.5 inch balloons. When you get to here, you remember what to do. Bite off the end and tie it off. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your 6th row, I want you to make it just a hair bigger and go all the way around again. I'm going to do the 6th and the 7th, and I'll meet you at the 8th. As you can see, I hope your basket looks somewhat like mine. If you were able to stay uniform in all your twisting with these little diameters here and these little lengths. Yours will look like mine, and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4 that were the same size, and then we started getting bigger as we go up. Look how they got a little bit bigger, and now we get to the top, the 8th row, and we're just about finished. We've got all these extra strands here. We got to get rid of them. So let's do the same thing you did with the extras on your way up the basket. Now, if you don't like using your teeth, your dentist probably wouldn't appreciate that. Use the scissors. Now, listen, be careful with the scissors when you're working around balloons. Pinch off the bottom, snip off the end, and tie it off at the base. If you don't tie it off at the base, it'll all come out. Cut above the knot and discard the extra balloon. Then rotate your basket and do the same thing. Break the end off, tie, and with the excess balloon you have here, cut it off with the scissors. Go all the way around and do that with all 8 balloons. Once you have all the top trimmed off like this, then kind of search around your basket and find all these loose ends. Careful with the point of your scissors. Trim them all off, and when you got it all clean, you're ready to put on the handle. Now the handle can be any color. I've chosen pink. Just connect the knot to one of the joints here and tie it on. And then you can form a little ball on the end of this one, or just use whatever's left over to the opposite end. And your flower basket is complete only if it has flowers. So we'll use some of the flowers we made a little earlier. We'll stick them on the inside. And if you're going to give this away to somebody, you might want to put a little ball on the end of the flower and then connect it to one of the joints here so they don't kind of fly out, especially if you're walking outside. And ladies and gentlemen, the most fabulous of all balloon creations, the flower basket. Well, there you have it. Hey, girls, would you like one of these baskets of flowers?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why don't you guys share it? Hey, behave yourself. Well, I certainly hope that you have learned some incredible balloon sculpturing during the course of this video. If you're having a hard time finding the right balloons, we're using Qualitex 260s. Now, Qualitex is the name brand. The 260 stands for 2 inches wide and 60 inches long when you blow it up. These are the best balloons you can buy on the market. Don't get anything that's an imitation of it, because you'll just have all kinds of breaking and you'll get frustrated. If you're having a hard time finding these, then at the end of the video we have an address and a phone number that you can contact, and they'll send you balloons. So I hope that I've converted you into a serious balloonatic. Until next time, this is Jacob Bach. Goodbye.